Hello, Burnhead. We're going to be doing some lore real quick here. Just have to find my controller, and then we'll be doing some lore. I think we left off at the Road of Sacrifices, which is the path between the Undead Settlement and the Cathedral of the Deep. And what lore implications does that have? Well, the guy at Firelink told us that the Road of Sacrifices is where they were taking people to go feed to Aldrich et al., basically. I think that's also where they were taking people to the catacombs of Carthus to perhaps entomb and Henri and Horus the Hush Dragon. We've got us a sword. We don't have any stuff to turn in. You can come over here, but there's nothing here. The speed run gets Henri over here, I'm pretty sure, or Horus, and gets them to fall off the cliff. And that's how they get Henri's straight sword, which they use for the speed run. We got new enemies. These guys. The Pole Boys. Hello, Blood Fashion. Did you guys get your curses yet? I think I mailed them out before the weekend, so they might not have got there yet. Also, how's the stream look? Stream seems fine, but the preview is hard to judge. Okay. So one curse has arrived, one hasn't. That's to be expected. I always forget to get this item. I think it's just a Titanite shard. Yeah. I like how I instinctively press the pause button when I need to mute and like adjust my headset, even though it doesn't help even a tiny bit. You know, I feel like 40 embers is enough to spend some of them. No, for no real reason. We might be invaded, that's fine. Just doing the old looped around, looking for item. Here's an item. Yeah, I like how some of the enemies are just like, here's a guy with a stick. It's a big stick and not a huge guy, but it's a guy with a stick. Oh, you're still alive. Okay. One thrust attack, not enough to kill those guys. A lot of these guys I could probably ignore, but the stick boys you don't want to ignore. Twin Dragon Great Shield. Okay, not the invasion I specifically wanted, but I'm A-okay with that. How'd that dog end up there? Okay, he's going to run away out there. And I'm going to run away up here. I was baiting that. I wanted him to come up here. And here's what invasion looks like in Dark Souls 3. It's always 2-on-1. It's just a ghost. There we go. Thank you, Sir Cancer. Although this is, I don't know if the person I wanted to get invaded by will show up yet, now that, ooh, some summon buddies. We have Libra, who is a extremely high-level character, or a person who has done one of the DLCs. And Princess, I'm going to guess Phoebe? Yeah, the word filter in names is very odd. You could get around it in Dark Souls 2 by just replacing some files in your game installation. I don't know if the same can be done for this game. For instance, sadly, every character who decides to name themselves something like Knight Solaire will have NIG filtered out of their name. This is only somewhat ridiculous. It means that when they wrote their filter, they wrote it as simply as possible. This is a trap item. They just made it filter out some strings, and they didn't check to see what it was around. But in Dark Souls 2, you could sort of get around it by having your local file be, like, switch your English censor file with the Chinese censor file, which were completely different. Oh-ho! Who are you? Oh! I've never seen this before. I can't, like, look at it. I think this is just Holy Knight Hodrick. You know what? Sure. I've never seen this before. Is he just going to attack me? Yeah, he's just going to attack me. Oh, wow. You're kind of powerful, mate. Okay. Oh, wow, I'm dead. So, Holy Knight Hodrick will show up here, and you can summon him. What a bizarre thing. I had never seen that before. Now, the going human will serve purposes. They dropped their pike. They have a stick, but when you hold the stick, it becomes a pike. Like, if I was not human, I would never have noticed you could summon Holy Knight Hodrick here. Even though, you can summon Dark Phantoms. I thought you could summon, purple phantoms while not human. I know you can summon dark phantoms while not human. Here's one of the treasures we're here for. Yeah, lots of good gurgling. So we got a new kind of... These guys are pretty dangerous. Still wearing blue tier stone, I guess. Oh, yeah. Let's leave him alone. I think I'm going to have to kill all these basic enemies again, because there is something I'm going to have to do at some point. I've never went into this room by this approach vector before. I've always I've always gone the other way around. There's a wizard. On one moment. Ah, there we go. Ooh, what's this? An item I will never ever use. I believe this item showed up in Dark Souls 2. As far as I can tell, this was not the one with the frog tied to it. In Dark Souls 2, a stick like this had a frog to it, or a lizard tied to it, and I was going to say, as far as I knew, the frog served no purpose whatsoever. But there wasn't a frog. Not the only one to have had trouble with this boss before, YNRN. We're not going to be fighting him yet, though. I'm gonna head back out here, and I think I'm gonna have to re-kill a lot of these basic enemies around here for the thing I want to do. At the very least, the dog and the stick boys. Yeah, the dogs are no longer flung back by us because we no longer do elemental damage. That guy whiffed. Ah, stick boys! Not being kind to me. I have to use more of my heal juice. Have I upgraded my chime at all? I have not. I should probably. Ah, yes. You thought perhaps I would not stream after saying I would stream, did you, G-Volt? Well, Rosella retweeted an image, which was a joke, and I felt personally attacked by it, even though I'm saying this as a joke, because it was a joke. And I thought, you know, maybe I should stream. I've been known to stream late in the evenings before. Why not now? You there, stick boy. Fighting one stick boy is not so bad. It's when you fight more than one where they become troublesome. Now, time for crab. I have much experience fighting crabs. Come here, you dumb buggo. I suppose by much experience, I mean much experience getting stuck behind a tree and dying. There we go. That's his grab attack. Here we go. This is the good attack. You can riposte them! And there are little crabs to fight too. Thousand crab pit. But our time for crab is not yet over. So you attack the giant enemy crab. And after you attack it enough, you can expose its weak point. And then attack for massive damage. And for killing all of those two crabs, we get the Great Swamp Ring, which is boosts pyromancies, makes pyromancies more powerful by 12%. I think that's the same thing Morn's Ring does. This can be very useful. And we have an old favorite from Dark Souls, the Crest Shield. Only this game, in Dark Souls 2, they made almost every stamina shield unbearably useless. And in Dark Souls 1, the Crest Shield was almost completely perfect. Like, it had like a 98 physical block. It was like no downside at all to use that thing. And then we have this. They finally struck the balance. The Crest Shield is a minor boost with a minorly poor shield. Not everybody wants the Crest Shield, but more people want the Crest Shield than they used to. I think the crabs can drop moss when they die. The little ones. Green blossoms. They do what you think they do. Boost stamina recovery. They look more wilted in this game than the other ones. Come here, you. Now, over here, we have deep water. We have the Great Pyromancy Tome and the Conjurator set. Here we go. Did I really not turn in the Braille Divine Tome to go buy more? We'll do that when we go back to Firelink. Yep, this is the first Pyromancy Tome. You give this to Cornix, and he'll be able to teach you some real Pyromancy. Pyromancy's pretty dang good in this game. And we found the Conjurator set, which is just the Pyromancer set from Dark Souls 1. It kind of hints that Pyromancy has come a long way since Dark Souls 1, so that they've called the old Pyromancers Conjurators, the predecessors to Pyromancers. It's a pretty good set. It's light, pretty protective, pretty good elemental resists, good poison resists. There are a couple different places in the game where one can encounter giant crabs, and this is the first and, I think, foremost. Anyways, feeling kind of peckish, so let's eat an ember. And hope that the thing I want to happen happens. It does! This is an NPC invader. Yellowfinger Hazel. Don't roll into the heavy water. This is why I wanted to kill the giant. Maybe I do want to roll into the water. I think She might only have 2 or 3 healing... No, she only has 2 healing flasks. There we go. And we got the Hazel pick and Xanthus Crown. The Xanthus Crown in this game has the most lore of any Xanthus Crown, and it's probably one of the visually not best Xanthus Crown, but I like what it's going for. Crown supposedly made an imitation of a divine creature of Ulasil, land of ancient golden sorceries. Xanthus clothing is the mark of a researcher of lost sorceries, and its oversized crown is emblematic of their pursuit. Such a curious pursuit is surely nothing to be ashamed of. So, the sorcerers who were studying Ulasil wore big hats to make themselves look like mushrooms. We'll rock that for a while. And we also got the Hazel pick. Choice weapon of Yellowfinger Hazel, Finger of Rosaria, and a Xanthus Scholar. Weapon is both a weapon and a sorcery. Yep, this is a... If you equip this and have a sorcery equipped and use a strong attack, it'll cast a spell instead of attacking. It's otherwise just like an okay weapon slash catalyst. I don't know how good of a catalyst it is. Spell buff 60 versus... Okay, it's the same as Heretic Staff right now for me, but I don't meet the intelligence. Oh, dang it. Hey, Watchdog of Farron. This is the Cat Covenant of this game. One of them. They don't play nice. Come here, you. Yes, walk into danger, why don't you? Attack. He's going to run into danger indeed. Only I've killed all the crabs! And of course they're using S-Talk because they're cheap. I think they're just using a rapier, actually. Man, my range feels so wimpy. And he's going to heal. And I can't punish you for it. I'm gonna have reinforcements though. No, I'm going to get 2 for 1 and die. And this is the problem with being a human in this area, is you almost certainly always die. Maybe this person will let us fight it out before deciding to kill us. Ah, there we go. He should be out of Estus, or nearabouts. There we go. That hit me? I'm probably fucked here. I'm getting cornered. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, appreciate that this guy waited. So his name was Twinkie. I doubt he was not twinked out in order to destroy me, but you know. And that's all we have to be human for, is I just wanted to show off Yellowfinger Hazel. There's actually a couple different places Yellowfinger Hazel can invade. I think we died over here. We died over here. Okay. I am going to return to Shrine Bonfire. Hell, it was I think, specific attack on the mace attack, on that mace attack has quite a bit of range. There's also some phantom lag in the online. It just happens. And what's this? I think she has appeared because we beat the Great Rotten.
You're an unkindled, aren't you? I am Cirrus, of the Sunless Realms, former servant of the divinity. Duties we each bear, but one's duty is a solitary affair. I doubt we've much to gain from fraternization. Blessing of the moon upon your journey. I doubt we've much to gain from fraternization. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
Oh, blessing of the moon upon your... Kind of want her in. We'll find... Actually, not that. Not that at all. We'll come to that when we come to it, but you don't need to... That doesn't ruin it at all.
There you are, unkindled one. I am pleased to have a pupil as dedicated as you.
So you can give him the tome.
Yes, here we are. It's been long indeed. With this, I can teach you more sophisticated pyromancies. Splendid. I can boast I am your tutor a little longer.
It may have been changed at some point. Anyways, we can now buy Fire Orb.
Do not be gone for long.
But also, we have a book. Take a look in a book.
Do you wish to hear a tale?
Reading Rainbow.
Oh, you've brought me a Braille divine tome. Now I can tell new tales of miracles. Tales of the greater miracles can be quite the epics. What fun we will have.
And she reads stories to us, and we can buy spells. We have heal, but we could buy medium heal. Force is probably worth picking up. Tears of Denial. This is a very, very powerful spell that the speedrun makes great use of due to glitches. Basically, when you go to 0 health, you come back with 1 instead of dying, I think. It's a 1-up. We'll be buying it. I don't know if we'll be using it.
Journey, Champion of Ash.
Now, there are other storybooks we could get. Some of them would even be powerful. Yeah, that's right. You better stand up. What do you have to say?
You haven't given up. You can make...
Oh.
I don't need it. Not now I've flown the coop.
We've got more guts than him, apparently.
The undead legion of Farron is a caravan of undead, sworn by wolf's blood to contain the abyss. The legion will bury a kingdom at the first sign of exposure. Joyous bunch, really. Gaining admission to the legion is a matter of some ceremony. Inside their keep, snuffing out the flames of 3 altars opens the door to the wolf blood. Even accursed undead want to believe they're special, it seems. I pity the sorry souls. Gaining admission.
Okay, so he's telling us some of the stuff we'll have to do in order to gain access to the undead legion of Farron. They're bound by wolf's blood to contain the abyss. Which, basically, they made some kind of covenant with Artorias, or Great Wolf Sif, in order to fight the abyss forever. Kind of implied a little bit by just game mechanics that the Forest Covenant in Dark Souls 1 would eventually become this. Like maybe Shaliquar, or what was the cat's name in... Shaliquar was the cat in Dark Souls 2. I don't think the cat in Dark Souls 1... Oh, it had a name. I don't remember what it was, though. They might have, like, turned over to serving Artorias at some point.
Oh, our champion of Ash. Welcome back. I would do anything for my master. Just say the word. Then shall we begin? Bearer of the dark sign, let your true strength shine.
What are we going to level up now? Could go in on attunement, just assuming that we're going to find spells we want to use at some point.
Then shall we be bearer of the dark sign?
We have a few levels up we can get.
You have attained ample strength. All will soon be clear, my good lord.
He started calling us Good Lord.
As I have said, the last... But
Yeah, I know.
be safe, our lord.
So he's not giving us levels up anymore. And... let's, oof. We're, not looking so pretty anymore, are we? We got kind of, beef jerkied up, looks like. Let's cover that up. Being beef jerky has no effect on gameplay at all, as far as I can tell. It's just when your hollowing goes up. When your hollowing goes up, you look uglier. Let us continue. She's still standing up. Let's continue to Tower on the Wall. Yeah, it'll be 99 in no time. Your hollowing goes up by the amount of dark sigils you have every time you die, I think. We'll be able to test that theory. Either that or it only increments by 1 every time you die. I could have swore it went up by your amount of dark sigils every time you died. Which means now that we have 5, 19 is going to increase quite steadily. Well, we want to go here. Kill these guys. Hey buddy, hey buddy, hey buddy. Ooh, he dropped his halberd. But we want to go here. Because this door was locked before, but the lift chamber key allows us to go here. And down here we shall meet a friend. Old, miserable friend. Well. Alright, I have an Estus shard to turn in. This is a Dark Wraith. He looks very grunked up. Very aged. And very dead. And he dropped a red Eye Orb. Defeat the host of embers of a world if you invaded to gain the strength of fire. Now, the Red Eye Orb has changed quite a bit since other games. In Dark Souls 1, you could only use the Red Eye Orb if you were in the Dark Wraith Covenant. And you only got it by leveling up that Covenant. In Dark Souls 2, I don't even think Red Eye Orb existed. You had to just continually get cracked Red Eye Orbs if you wanted to keep invading like that. And then in Dark Souls 3, they make the Red Eye Orb easy to get, and literally everyone can use it. Do you have to be human to use it? You don't have to be human to use it. Everybody can use it. Every covenant can use it, and it works differently for each covenant. One choice I don't really enjoy is that you can invade as a warrior of sunlight with the Red Eye Orb, and if you defeat the host of embers, you obtain a sunlight medal. Jolly cooperation indeed. But it's a little bit more balanced. The thing they did to make it a little threatening to invade is that if you die while you invade, which is going to happen most of the time because you're going to get ganked, is your bloodstain will be left in your world wherever you died when you invaded their world. Which means you can't just sit by the bonfire and risk absolutely nothing. Which means when you invade, you usually just abandon your bloodstain so that you don't have to worry about it. And that's the Red Eye Orb. We were asked to get this by somebody at the shrine. I should not forget to upgrade my flask while I'm here. Wait for the NPCs to load in. Don't know why they do that when I'm streaming. She's over there. Siri left. And if we go over here.
Aha, you found a proper red eye. Brilliant. I knew you were a dangerous woman.
Hooray!
Now invade and pillage all you like. And if you grow weary of your duty, you too may become a finger. Come on, give yourself to Rosaria of the Cathedral of the Deep. Now in back.
So he shows up here and will give you some red eye orbs, and if you obtain a tongue, a pale tongue, he'll give you the key to the lift, and then if you come back with the red orb, he gives you that little thing, and that's how you get applause. And because we've been invaded, we've obtained a seed of a giant tree. I believe a new seed will fall every time you are invaded by another person. But the seed of a giant tree has a use, I believe. Probably one I've not done yet. Which is the crows. Have I used a seed of... Alright, we should look at this. This is the same thing it does in Dark Souls 2. Makes enemies in the world attack the invaders. The amount of time it works is very short. It used to be way too long. Now it's too short. They're not that effective, but they're still fun. You can carry precious few of them. Iron leggings. Yes, I should use the shard. Use the shard. I don't think I have anything else to trade. I'm sorry. Hmm. Yes, I know. Pickle pea, pickle pea. We're running out of items to trade with the crows, although there is still plenty more. But what we need to do is continue on our merry way. Yep, flask. Flask. Andre's got to do the flask. Oh. There we go.
Pretty be careful.
And now we continue our way through the road to sacrifices. Where I am probably going to have to kill all the stick boys again. Or not the stick boys, but I am going to have to kill the crabs. Because we're about to be challenged by something. My nose keeps itching. Something about streaming lately has just made my nose itch. Guilty conscience, maybe. And that's how you kill a crab. There's still more crabs to fight. The bubble beam attack doesn't actually do that much damage, but it makes you slow. Okay. Like it coats you in riot foam is what the bubble beam does. So, let's see if I can possibly do this without being completely overwhelmed. Getting one of the burly boys on you, but not both of them, is inordinately difficult. Backing off. Come on, burly boys. I don't want to fight both of you. You have too much health. There we go. I have you now. Great club. And now we only have one burly boy to fight. Having them both on you is miserable. People have been really I see Exile Greatsword, which is what this guy's using, all of the time in PvP now. I don't know why. Is it just like good scaling or something? Come here, you. Oh, crap. Exile Greatsword. Let's read about some of the weapons we found. Here it is. Greatsword wielded by one of the watchdogs of Farron. The blade is a reminder of the exile's past misdeeds. It's kind of a buster sword. And Great Club is just Great Club. Larger than Large Club, it's Great Club. Got some souls. There's a worthless shield up there, but we're going to be getting it later. And we're coming up to one of the first split paths in the game. The game has been very linear so far. And we have two choices. We can either go this-ing way, or we can go over there and go that-ing way. I think you're supposed to go that-ing way first. Oh, here's a good set, the Fallen Knight armor. The Fallen Knight armor is very good defense to weight ratio. And it also looks pretty good. It's got an interesting look to it. It's got very high fire resist. Not the greatest on poise, but that who cares. You see a lot of people wearing the Fallen Knight set. We have an item over here. It's just some bones. And you can come down here and get teased by an item. Can't get that item yet. Ah! The difference between considerable strength to wield and unfathomable strength to use is 6. That's the difference between them. Now, it's Blighttown. We're going to make use of Blighttown because we have anti-poison, miracle, and let's dress in our highest poison resist armor. It might be 29, 31. Dressing for stats will make you look very silly. I knew the worker set had a large amount of poison resist. Evangelist is better though. Fashion is fashion. Fashion is fashion. There is a poison bite ring, but we don't have it yet. We could go to a different place to have it, but I want to come here first. This might be the least bad Blighttown. This Blighttown has problems. In that it is very big. It's a while. This area also has one of my least favorite enemies in the entire game in it. Ragged Mask. Does not increase item discovery in this game. It just got pretty high curse resist. I think we actually want to go forward first and then to the right. The poison doesn't actually slow you down yet. Yeah, I remember that Estus shard there. Pressing Tears is very cheap. Here we go. Iron Flesh. How high is this curse resist? Pretty high. I ask because old friends are here. It's basilisks. They curse you. Crap! I thought maybe it would stop the curse buildup. I've never been cursed before. Me! Who would have thought I, Gnome-Bitten, would be cursed before? I thought maybe caressing tears would stop curse buildup, because all it says is ailment. Let's read caressing tears. Bleeding frost at cures bleeding, poison, and frost. Cures ailments for self and vicinity. Because I didn't read that. Yeah, it would have told me. Okay. Well, since poison is not going to be a big issue, let's dress for curse instead. Which I think is master's attire. Yeah, that is actually pretty good poison and curse resist. Give up 10 poison resist for 10 curse resist. Let's do it. Yeah, there's goop in the swamp after a point where it gets deep, and you it does this. Fat Roll has a couple times helped. Fat Roll can actually help you in the Moonlight Butterfly fight, Dark Souls 1. Oh fuck. Fuck. Just get our bloodstain in case we die again. Oof. Skin of my teeth. So what could be in this terrible part of the game, would you ask? Poison. That's what's over here. I think I just need to sit around and I need to find someplace above Swampus. I can let this curse resist die down. Just try to find a place without basilisks, although there might not be any. There's an item though. Souls. So everybody loves Blighttown, right? Okay. I don't think there's any... nope, there's totally an item over there. Let's go get it. I'm mostly focused on getting items first, and then we'll do the thing I have to do to complete this area. Let's see if I can remember how to do a cool thing around here. I was going up that ramp. Yep, here they come, motherfuckers. Not so bad when I can move, are you? Here, you. Okay. And over here is what I came over here for. There's an open chest. A golden scroll. And the antiquated set. And here's an old mushroom. A golden scroll is a scroll of golden sorceries. Learn the arts of Ulasil, magic of light, said to shine in golden hues. And we also got the antiquated set, which should have higher curse resist, yeah, than the set we're even wearing. And it's just a pretty dress. Let's put it on. So of course, Dusk's armor. Poison resist ain't so hot. But see, I should probably care about poison resist now that the curse resist is not so important anymore. But the poison resist will be more important. Which was, yeah, worker's garb, evangelist gloves, and brigand trousers. As I'm almost out of caressing tears. I had to sneeze. Anything else over here? Does not seem like it. But we've ended up over here. By London Bone Shard. He will soon be departing from this realm. To go back to Firelink, but there's some bonfires we can hit. We're actually coming from this area backwards. You're supposed to come from across that bridge. But, I've kind of done things screwy. So what the guy at Firelink told us is true. There are 3 fires around here we have to snuff out in order to advance. There's also just a ton of stuff. And it's hard to keep track of which stuff is worthwhile and which stuff isn't. Let's go get that item real quick. A wolf's blood swordgrass, and over here it's the sunlight talisman and some soup. There wasn't really a reason to heal there, but why not? Just completely ignore this item. No, a slug dropped a poison gem. Making our way up. Making our way up this big old ladder. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. There's a guy over here. We're gonna kill this guy over here. Where's he at? Here he is. Hello. Twinkler. And then here, a very, very obvious invisible wall. Or invisible passage. Invisipassage. For the Dreamcatcher's ashes. And then down here we have another bonfire and a very special boy. We have the old Wolf of Farron. I think this is supposed to be a Great Wolf Sif. If it is, Great Wolf Sif has gotten a bit smaller since the last time we saw him. He is a bit dried out. Also, if you try really hard, you can get up on top of him. See if I can do it in just a few tries. If not, I'll abandon the... There we go. Makes weird noises when you walk on him. Okay, dog is not a... Could this be a head? So let's learn some stuff about the stuff we've picked up. We picked up a Wolf's Blood Swordgrass. This is signifying a duty fulfilled by the watchdogs of Farron, who stand beside the old wolf to ensure the serenity of those at rest. This is the Covenant item for invading as a watchdog of Farron. We picked up a poison gem at some point, discovered in the rotted forest of Farron. I don't know how Darkroot Garden became a poison pit, but it kind of did. And was there a hound? I didn't see hound. We got this from... No, we got this from the guy famously used to forge Farron greatswords. We found the Dreamcatcher's ashes. Humble ash of one who dreamt of joining the Undead Legion. With this, the Shrine Handmaiden can prepare new items. So this is... This ashes are hinted to belong to a person. Somebody's brother, somebody's grandson. We picked up Iron Flesh. Iron Flesh boosts damage absorption and resistance, but significantly increases weight. Resulting in obsolescence in the Great Swamp. Iron Flesh is interesting. It's not good, but it's interesting. I don't think we picked up any new weapons. We did pick up a new talisman, though. The Knight of Sunlight's personal talisman for casting miracles of the gods. Seems like worse than what we have right now, because our faith is high enough. In Dark Souls 1, you never really wanted Solaire's talisman for anything. There was some weird graphical stuff happening, I think, because, yeah, I had the camera directly like this on top of my message. What else we got? We found this at some point. This is just the Eagle Great Shield. The lightest of the Great Shields. It's not that good. Pretty high stability, but low physical block. I don't think of anybody who really wants this. A jaunty feather. Known as a Hume. No protection is offered by this garment, as it was never intended for battle. Indeed. It's also just a lacy thing. The Watchdogs of Farron. Ancient medallion depicted the crest of a wolf. A pact with the old wolves of Farron? Equipped to pledge oneself to the Watchdogs of Farron. Let's try that for a while. We gotta be well equipped for this, though. We were going to be invading someone, but didn't. Where are we? I cannot seem to... Might have been a network error. A network error. If I go up here, yeah, invasion timed out. Yeah, I need to go burn a bone shard. The Watchdogs of Farron is a very active covenant because it's an early cat covenant. It's basically where a lot of low-level fighting happens. It's never really fair. I don't have a lot of good things to say about PvP in this game, but you know, whatever. What do you say?
Ah, well met, Ashen One. How may I be of service?
Umbral Ash. Now she's going to have a special reaction to this Umbral Ash because of lore.
Ashen One, what woeful umbral ash is this? This barren dust, stuff of a fool, won't yield aught. Where didst thou happen upon the stuff? Tell me for the sport.
Now, this decision has no effect on the game whatsoever.
Oh yes, I see. Clinging to lofty dreams in this dying world, more's the pity. It must come from one most foolish indeed. Wouldst thou not agree?
I could do some Blue Sentinelin. But importantly, the Dreamcatcher Ashes allow you to buy Titanite shards. So even though she says woeful Umbral Ash indeed, it's actually very powerful Umbral Ash. For instance, we are going to be reinforcing our chime. Dark Souls 2 got me really hard on this. I did not know the entire game that you were supposed to be upgrading your casting implements. And I was wondering, why is my sorcery build so bad? Why is my sorceries doing no damage? When it was because I had never upgraded my catalyst whatsoever. We need one more.
Prithee, be careful.
Why did Andre relocate? He didn't. I mean, I guess he moved from Undead Parish to here at some point. I guess it's been 1,000 years or whatever.
Prithee, be careful.
I don't think there's anything I want to buy from Grey Rat. Or is there? Hello, Grey Rat. I don't think I see anything new. An interesting weapon, the Pontiff Knight curved sword.
Goodbye. And
But over here, two things have happened. One, our buddy Yol here kicked the bucket. If you leave and come back after getting 5 Dark Sigils from him, which we have done, he dies. And if you beat the first Lord Soul without getting 5 souls from him, he also dies. But if he dies after you get 5 Dark Sigils, someone else appears. Hello.
Oh, prithee, Art thou good Yols, master? I am Uriah of Londor, a close friend of his.
And I am definitely not evil.
Thanks to thee, Yol's soul is redeemed. Allow me to express my gratitude in his stead.
Dignified bow.
Another matter. That a lord art thou not?
I mean, I
Bearer
guess.
of the dark sigil, and our Lord of Hollows.
I mean, sure, yeah.
For the time thou remainest our lord, we of Londor shall serve thee.
Yeah.
And I, of course, am also thine. That a lord art thou not? Bearer of the dark, for the time that... till we meet again.
Talk more to me. I need more lore.
May the dark sigil guide thee.
May the dark sigil guide thee.
Speak thy desire, honorable Lord of Hollows. That a lord bear for...
Alright. So we can buy this from her. Londor Braille Divine Tome, which actually has some useful spells in it and is very cheap. However, I don't know how I want to proceed on a certain quest yet, so I'm merely going to buy it. Not give it to the girl yet. And there's Purging Stone. It's skulls. This reduces curse buildup, and also reduces your hollowing. If you want to be pretty again. If you avoid one forbidden tome this year, make it this one. And then there's the Untrue Dark and Untrue White rings. These are very fun rings I'm not going to buy yet.
Till we meet again, may the dark sigil guide thee.
Alright, yeah, plus she has the Dark Hand. You can buy it from her. I don't know if the Dark Wraiths drop it naturally, but you can just get one here. It is also said to be an ancient relic of a primordial serpent. In this game, it just life drain steals HP because there's no humanity to suck out of people. It's an interesting weapon. It actually does a fair amount of damage. You see some people using it in low-level stuff because it's got no attribute requirements, but you can't upgrade it.
Till we meet again.
At least I'm pretty sure you can't. And now I have to decide if I want to level anything up or if I want to keep going for now. I should upgrade me flask. Andre, my boy. My flask. Later. I'm also going to change my hat. There we go. Need better pants to wear. Oh, I've had the iron leggings the whole time. But I'm not going to wear them. We're going to mix and match. But I went here for a specific reason. There are some items worth obtaining in this area. Up here. I don't know if I want the Watchdog's affair and interrupting me while I'm up here, so I'm just going to put on the way it's blue again. Is up here. We have a little side area. And this area is very fruitful for a couple of reasons. We can go over here, there's a way, but over here we have an old friend. How many times am I going to die to this fight? Place your bets. I've died more than I would like to say I did. Oh, there we go. Got grabbed. The grab is very difficult to avoid. That isn't. knocked him over. I think we broke one of his legs. Anyways, that was a stray demon. Great axe. And an ember. I think the ember is just like a trap item. An ember. Let us learn about the stray demon. Was once the gatekeeper of Lothric. I didn't realize you could break his legs either. I'm learning more things about Dark Souls 3 just by playing it. So yeah, all the demons in this game, since in Dark Souls 1 the Bed of Chaos was destroyed, and since the Chaos Flame has long since died out, there are no new demons being formed. All of the demons that will ever have existed have already been made. So all of the demons around are very old. A lot of them have lost their fire. But we're more interested in these guys. One thing I never knew about this game is... Hey, we can probably upgrade a weapon to +4 now at some point. Is if you're running, and if you just press the power attack button, it does a jumping attack. Dragon Crest Shield. And here's what we came here for. Lightning Spear. Let's learn about our new stuff. It's Lightning Spear. Hurl Lightning Spear. This is our first real attacking magic. This will be a great tool for us because we have not yet been able to use our blue bar to deal damage, but now we can. We also found a powerful shield that I'm not sure I can equip. Nope, 14 strength to use this sucker. The Crest shields you can find relatively early, and all have pretty good stability for weight. They upgrade with Twinkling Titanite. They're basically the same thing they were in Dark Souls 1. If you can use them, you probably should. The difference is in this game they have a higher strength requirement than they used to. Yeah, everything is dead and overgrown. Speaking of, over there is where you land after beating Vort. And you can see this dragon here from there, which means up there is where you kill Vort. So even though there are teleports in this game, you can, like, tell when, where, and how you're getting for some of your teleports. But our adventure is yet to be over, because there is another Christo Gabi over here. No, 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 no! There we go. That was important. And because that guy screamed, it means every NPC, every enemy here is angry. However, they are weak and we are strong, so it doesn't matter. I don't know if there's any more items to get. You can just drop down here and get back. I think we're just going to take a bone out, though. I'll look and see if there's more item to get. Come here, you. Pick up some throwing knives. Oh, this guy made it this far. One of them made it this far, but got to the portcullis and couldn't get any further, and then died. He actually looks a bit rustier in color than the other ones do. Yeah, see those guys? They're not as rusty. Although we're seeing the Lod versions of them. So maybe this guy's been here longer. He came here before the bridge got destroyed by the dragon. but couldn't make it past the portcullis. I think that's it. Let us return. Actually, where are we going? Yeah, let's go to the Shrine Bonfire, get some levels up. Oh ho! And because we turned in the Dreamcatcher's ashes, the Dreamcatcher's ashes, she's returned. Because it's kind of implied that the Dreamcatcher's ashes were this woman's grandson. And that woman and this woman are pretty tightly bound by something we'll learn about.
Hello again. I have since heard a great deal about you. For one, that you are most gentle of heart.
Indeed.
I, too, am bound by duty, but can offer you my sign. I hear that cordial intrusion lays the path to embers.
Cordial intrusion.
If I can be of help, by all means, do call upon me. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
And she gives us the Dark Moon loyalty
If you
gesture.
should require assistance, use my sign. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
So we've had may the flames guide you, may the dark sigil guide you, and now we have blessings of the moon upon your journey. It's actually going to be us helping her most of the time, rather than her helping us, but now we can summon her for some boss fights. And we've obtained some gestures. We have prayer, dignified bow. We've got Legion etiquette. Welcome is a good one. Point forward is useful for when you're summoning and telling people stuff, but dignified bow. There's actually several bows in this game. There's also proper bow and dueling bow. Oh, do I have anything else to turn in? I don't think so. You there.
Welcome home, Ashens.
Let's... Gotta have faith, faith, faith.
Farewell, Ashen One.
I've been using Homeward Bones like an idiot, even though I had Homeward attuned. But now, things are different! We have the power of lightning at our disposal. Actually comes out pretty quick. So... I think that's all I wanted to come to to the Old Wolf of Farron / Farron Keep part for. So let's go to Farron Keep and go up the ladder instead of out. Yeah, pretty cheap. We're going to show up a property of the lightning bolt here because this is a swampus area. Ah, well, back after a laundry adventure. Welcome back, Burned Head. I might have to wrap it up soon because it's getting a little bit late. Not late for me, but late for everyone else. Although not late for Burned Head. That's the old West Coast, East Coast dichotomy. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Want to try to get an invasion. Although I can't sitting at the bonfire, I have to get off the bonfire. Do I have a better ring I can equip? Yes. No lightning clutch ring. Here we go. The rewards for leveling up the Old Wolf of Farron Covenant are not super great. Especially for a faith build like us. But it's fun to have access to killing. Poker Face. I must find Poker Face. Well, the pond is alive with the crabs. Okay, they're using Irithyll Straight Sword. They've not used a seed on me. Aha! Aha! And that's what killing someone looks like. Hooray. Okay, I think that's enough for invading, though. Don't want to spend too much time on that. Back to the way of the blue, because we are a coward. I gotta go up this ladder. And Monday, you'll greed fawn a knee fog. This lightning spear has a unique ability in that if you hit something in the water with it, it'll make a little bit of splash damage. Because it's lightning damage in water. Am I being crabbed? Yes. Did the splash damage hurt you? No. Ah, does that happen in this game, Winerin? Or, not Winerin, I'm sorry. Mackin the Trunk? I know that happens in Dark Souls 2. I don't know if it happens in Dark Souls 3. In Dark Souls 2, water was a status. Or being wet was. You could become wet by, You can become wet by wearing special hats or rolling into barrels of water. There we go. This is actually a punishment hole, but I'm coming here to collect the Sage Ring, which increases spell damage for sorceries. And we have the Sorcerer set. Let's learn. Let's learn, yeah. Sage's Ring. No, this one is different. Okay, I'm sorry. This one, yeah, Young Dragon Ring increases. Young Dragon Ring increases sorcery damage. This will actually help us. Sage Ring makes your casting time faster. Your spellcasting time is based off your dexterity. And the Sage's Ring, I believe, functions as like 5 or 10 extra dexterity for the purpose of spell time. I don't know how useful of a ring it is. The effects of it are not super noticeable. Plus there's a ring much later in the game that just adds 5 dexterity, which is, I think, just better. I'm going to come over here real quick because I have this thing. for a crystal gem. My name is Greg Universe, and I approve this message. Okay, not out here. I have to go up. Crystal gem is not a gem you can use for a long time. Makes crystal weapons. Crystal weapons are different in this game than they are in Dark Souls 1. Crystal weapons in this game are enchanted weapons from Dark Souls 1. Yeah, the cap from Dex sounds like 45 sounds right. There's just a Ring of Sacrifice up here. It's about as useless as you think Rings of Sacrifice are in other games. The Ring of Sacrifice was actually pretty useful in Dark Souls 2, because you could freaking repair it. And we have the Golden Falcon Shield, which was used in the Dark Souls 2 speedrun, I think, because it was a parrying shield. And they used it to parry walk. I think in this game it's just a small shield. It's not that notable. In fact, this shield is pretty incredibly terrible. I don't know why you would ever use this. If somebody knows a reason to ever use the Golden Falcon Shield, please tell me. I would like to know. I thought it might even have like pretty high fire block, but it doesn't. It's just, it seems fairly completely worthless. I guess fashion. It looks kind of, it looks tacky to me. And there's nothing to get over here because we've already been over here. And here's something you're going to miss on your first playthrough unless you apply the algorithm a lot. And the algorithm is holding your hand, your left hand on the left wall forever. Did I miss my turn off? I did. It's this guy. I don't know if he'll even talk to me. I might not be smart enough.
Well, this is unexpected. I don't often have visitors.
He kind of looks like me.
What do you want? This is my study that you've happened upon. If you haven't any business, I've reading to get back to. How intriguing. You'd better not. Sorcery is not for everyone, and should never be forced. You have your own methods. Sorcery need not be one of them. Don't let it bother you. Be on your way then. You're unkindled. Shouldn't you get back to your duty?
Hey, my look is good. I have a good look going on. Do not make fun of my excellent hat and frilly armor with the green feathers. We might be able to fool him into helping us later. And the only reason to get him to help us would be to probably kill him. Because there's some lore I could extract from his corpse. This can't be good, but okay, just firebomb. Ah, crap. I have never done a meme in my entire life. What's a meme? I always forget you can come down here. There's no reason to, though. Now, there's still a bit more stuff we can do. But let's try this out for size. I think the cleric set, sorcerer hood. Yep. I've done this skid up before. Actually, how does this compare? Not that much worse. I could be nice looking if I wanted to. 6.9 though, that's hard to beat. Firekeeper skirt's actually good. How's the Firekeeper set here? Fairly poor. And of course the kite shield is almost worthless. Might as well use a grass crest. And let's attempt to be summoned. Some people claiming to be memes. I'd believe someone was a meme. Okay. Executive decision. Yeah, there we go. Would you trust this face? This dirty face wearing an ugly mask? Usually summoning here is pretty profitable. I might be over leveled. Maybe I'll get summoned though. Could I put my summon sign up on this rock, I wonder? What level am I? 34. I wouldn't think I'm over leveled. Ah, there we go. For summoning, I'm not sure if it's weapon level, but I'm just using a +3, so even if it was, I should be fine for this area. For invasion, they actually do use weapon level, but they're a little generous with that. Alejandro.
Hey!
Do we have hello? Hello.
Hello.
Okay. So this boss is a gimmick boss. And I'm going to... It does almost entirely magic damage. I should probably try to heal my host at some point. There we go. There we go. Yeah, our host is wearing all physical protection armor, even though this boss does almost no physical damage. So their armor is doing basically nothing for them. Probably going to have to split up here. Okay, now here's where the boss fight becomes interesting. Where's the boss at? Oh, okay. So the boss forms shadow clones, and only one of them is real, but they can all damage you. So you have an interest in killing the non-real ones. I probably should have helped killing there, but whatever. Hooray, we got a sunlight medal. So yeah. I don't think this will give me my MP back, which is kind of why I wanted to try this, but, you know. It will ember me, so it's not useless. So I have 26 sunlight medals. I got a whole bunch of them for beating up on Vort. I was just bored and doing that. Ooh, who are you? Joan! You know what, Joan? Sure. Let us go, Joan. It's about high time I started carrying some blue Estus around with me. It's Joan!
Hey!
Hello.
So now we do that fight again. Only in this time we are not the glittering gold one. Okay. Seems like they are using the Saint's Bident. Where are they at? They're over here. Oh, crap. Just asked us here. We'll be getting the Saint's Bident soon. May even have interest in using it. I've only got one hit off. Kind of want to get a full combo off before the form change, but we may have been denied that. Okay, the real one's over here. Okay. Oh, crap. I tried to heal them, but my heal spell is slow. Okay, the real one's over here. Hopefully Joan lives. Hooray! And because I summoned someone in the Warriors of Sunlight, I get a Sunlight Medal. And we huddle together. And they are gone. Goodbye, Joan. And because I'm a coward, we go back to the way of the blue. And up here is a very special area. And this area is special because there's nothing here except a texture glitch. They didn't cover this model all the way up with a texture. Could this be a hole? So we've defeated the Crystal Sage. Let's get some lore out of them. Because obviously they looked kind of like Big Hat Logan. The Twin Crystal Sages once served as a spiritual guide to the Scholar of the Grand Archives, and one went on to ally with the Undead Legion. The one that was allied with the Undead Legion is the one we just murdered. Because apparently they were hanging around here, keeping people from going to the Cathedral of the Deep, for whatever reason. But there are not one, but two Crystal Goblins here. And they both drop Twinkling Titanite. Is there going to be a boy up here? There's a boy. Can I get one boy, but not both? I can probably handle boys. There we go. Should probably equip a real shield and armor, come to think. Yeah, we'll start with the shield. Because we still have her to fight. Bonk. I mean, when this boss stands, not this boss, when this enemy stands up, their stand-up animation can stun you. So that happens sometimes. Oh, we got a duplicate set of our armor. How excellent. Surely we can make use of that. And by make use of that, I mean put it in the box and never look at it again. So this little interim area is actually no co-op zone. You cannot be invaded, nor invade here, nor summon here. Instead, you can fight this guy. And we're going to show this guy what for by doing this. Don't bully me. I said I was going to show you what for. That means I beat you. There we go. Come here, you. Is a Stora's straight sword not as long as longsword? I feel like I'm getting outranged. There we go. Give him the old sunset rub down. Could also be slopes. Yeah. For the Paladin's Ashes. I don't recall what the Paladin's Ashes give when you use them. A worn-out Paladin who sought the cathedral with this, the shrine. Yeah. Paladin paid quite the price for his headstrong justice. Oh, you get Lloyd's talismans from this. You can tell because the thing is holding a Lloyd's talisman. But our trials and tribulations are not yet over. Because we have this boy to fight. Oh, Hunter Charms? That's almost the same. Oh, yeah, they are exactly the same. It's just they're not called Lloyd's talismans in this game. Get the spider shield. It's not that good of a shield. I don't even know if it blocks poison buildup in this game. It's 80% physical block. Like, there's not really that much to recommend spider shield in this game. Could this be the spot? And if you did not find the other Crest shield we could have found at this point, you can find this one. Which, regular Crest shield's life has been changed a tiny bit. No longer blocks magic damage very well. Instead it blocks dark. Pretty good dark block. Kind of better than our current shield in every way, except for the fact that it requires 2 more strength to wield. That's really all I'm interested in. So this area kind of sucks. Because you're getting shot at from all directions. And waylaid by dogs, getting stuck on tree branches. I think there's no real good treasures here. It's just like souls. Luckily, there's 3 bonfires right in a row. One from the boss, one we were just at, and we're about to get to another one. And I might find a convenient way to die. Because I will certainly be invaded if I stay human in the area I'm going to be at. Ooh, we got an arbalest. No longer are we having a heavy crossbow, but instead we have an arbalest. The bowstring is made of metal. I picked up a couple of these Knight's crossbows too, which also do lightning damage. Scared of PvP? A little bit? It's more that it's mostly a waste of time for what I'm trying to accomplish. Plus, I'm doing a Faith build, and Faith builds are pretty good PvE-wise, but very, very poor PvP-wise, at least at this level. Low level, it's all about elementally infused weapons. It's all about pyromancy's pretty good. I've seen some people use sorcery, but not as much.
Merciful goddess, mother of the forlorn, who have no place to call their own, please bear witness to our resolve. Fire for Ariandel. Fire for Ariandel. And the ash to kindle flame.
You just gotta groan ass a little bit. Let's hit the bonfire. I'm pretty bad too. I'm not that good at PvP in this game. I dare say I was quite good at PvP in Dark Souls 1, and okay at it in Dark Souls 2, but never quite got a feel for this game's. Well, I'm gonna make a joke. Everybody prepared for my joke?
Wait, you've...
Nope, sorry. Not doing that yet. I wanted to read my message. Nope. Tri-tongue butthole is a banned phrase. I do not allow a tri-tongue butthole. But could this be a behind? Now that's just good, clean family fun. Yeah, let's go back to Lucatiel's mask. There we go. This looks like a good look. And now I must be helped. Helped along through my journey through life. Get out of my way. Everybody come here. Hey, everyone. You can help. These guys don't even do that much damage. Kill me. Come on, kill me. And so we were killed. We're not going to talk to the boy yet. This grandpa here is how you get to the DLC. And the DLC is very far out of depth for us right now. I could perhaps do it. However, it would be a trial and tribulation indeed to have to fight those enemies with a +3 weapon. It is kind of wimping out. It totally is. But we are going to go back to Firelink Shrine. I have no qualms with being a coward. Because I'm trying to show off all this lore and get invaded by like 2 people. I would be much more apt to let myself be invaded if I found it any fun. The fact that I have like 9 Estus and the person who's invading me probably has 5, and there's no way to punish healing very easily, and my weapon's not very good for PvP. There's like a whole lot of stuff combining together to make it not that fun. Too much healing, too much ganking. Like even if I'm getting invaded, I'm probably going to have a blue summon help me out. So So it's never really fair for anybody.
Ah, well met. Wasn't he?
Yeah, reinforce. Let's go ahead and decide that we can get 2 blue Estus with us.
Pretty be careful.
Because having too much blue Estus is not that big of a problem, because we can turn blue Estus into healing. Anything from Grey Rat we want?
Oh, and
Probably not.
goodbye.
Have I traded a Hidden Blessing yet? I started with a Hidden Blessing. That's right. Anything else I want to do tonight? I don't believe so. I could upgrade my weapon, and I probably should. Although I don't know if I'm going to stick using a Stora sword for much longer. I should probably decide what weapon I want to use on this run as my fighting weapon. I was just kind of using the Stora sword because I had it. But I'll leave that rumination. Ooh, there's one more thing we could do before we leave. We got some more Twisted Souls. So we can try talking to old Ludleth.
Aha, thou returned, and a fine day it is.
A fine day to you, Ludleth.
So,
What do we got to transpose? Nothing that exciting yet. Arster Spear, not that exciting. Vort's Hammer is good, but we can't use it. I just got done using a run that made heavy use of the Hollow Slayer Greatsword. Boulder Heave is an interesting spell, but it is a pyromancy. But it's interesting. It doesn't have very good range. It kind of fires in a crappy arc and will heavily stun whatever it hits. It actually does a lot of damage too. Crystal Hail. We can get this from the Crystal Sage's Soul. It's not that good. This sorcery is pretty poor, I remember. We're probably going to get the Crystal Sage's Rapier. And we can't use this. It requires more dexterity than we will ever have, probably. However, it has the unique property of increasing your item discovery by 50. And this works even if it's in your offhand and you're two-handing your right-hand weapon. So the Crystal Sage's Rapier is just a generically useful thing to have. Could get Hovel's Ring. Hovel's Ring is nowhere near as powerful in this game as it is in others. I may come back for Hovel's Ring, but for now I think it is nearing 1 AM here. We've defeated some bosses. We've cleared out an area almost. Okay, let's do that before we leave. I left some things undone in the swampus area. What could I have left undone, I wonder? Do you know at home, watcher, viewer at home? Well, you can drop off somewhere over here, I think. Yeah, here we go. Hey, Hovel's Ring is okay because it does give you extra equip load, but equip load is much less important in this game. Because with the death of mid-roll, there's no real reason to really be desirous of heavy equip load anymore. All you need to do is be below 70%. There may be a benefit to being below 50 or 25%, but it's barely noticeable. Really, you have a good roll even if you're above that. We can go here. This door does not open from this side, but we can see a treasure and a monster on the other side. But we're interested in this good fellow. Oh no. You've got combos for days. I'm dead. I tried to heal. I should have tried to block. We'll be back, though. I'm coming for you, Black Knight. I won't give you my money. No way. Anyway, I had left this area undone. And it shall be done. Really, I should have just come here and I would have died to the Black Knight, probably. No fall damage for me. I'm clinging to rocks. Might get some here. Yeah, okay. I don't know if he semi-resists lightning or if my lightning just isn't that powerful yet and he's really tough. This guy I can just kill with a combo. Did the other one drop something? Does not look like it. They can drop Titanite shards. Come here, you. There we go. I should get more spells. I don't know what spells I would use. Ooh, we got Black Knight armor. That's very good. What's using that? Served the First Lord Gwyn, actually named Gwyn, and followed him to the flame for its slinking. So Gwyn's name actually appears in this game, quite more than you would expect. Didn't appear at all in Dark Souls 2 as far as I remember. I like what our collar does with our neat hat. That's a good look. Find the sellsword set. This is... Say that 5 times fast. It's just okay armor. Sellsword Twin Blades. Here's another twin item. You can actually start the game with these ones if you want to try them out. They're okay. Victory. And then over here, this is an item we saw long ago. This is Farron Coal. This is not an ember, this is coal. Coal used for weapon infusion. Long ago, used to forge the great swords of the undead legion of Farron. Give it to a blacksmith for heavy, sharp, and poison infusion. None of those are very useful for us. Heavy and sharp are very useful infusions. If you go all in on dex or strength, you can make something heavy or sharp, and it will basically be... more useful than just uninfusing it. But I think we're going to return to the Shrine Bonfire, and I think that's going to do it for tonight. We've been going for 2 hours now, and it is barely not 1 a.m. We got 9 minutes to go here on the East Coast. So thank you for joining me, especially old friends and new friends alike. One is silver and one is gold, but neither types the chat in bold. That means something, right? I'm a poet. I'm an actual poet. Almost. I'm a good poet. I'm a poet. Like and subscribe to support poets. I'm gonna make a... There we go. That's my emote. Everybody do my emote who can do my emote. Still a couple... There's like a week left. How long do we have left of half price sub month? Almost a week. So a week left to half price sub month. Also, some Patreon stuff coming out soon. So if you like the Patreon Patreon slot, Patreon.com/Noobin and all that stuff. You know the spiel by now. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Good night. Actually, I did know it was a poem, Wyron, and I just freaking stood there.